couple of minutes for folks to join, then we can get started. Hello, Tahir. Okay, I think we can get started. So I'm going to get started by introducing Tahir, and then the stage is all his. So my name is Harani, and I'm a quality assurance automation leader. And today I'll be hosting Tahir Herman's session. So yes, so Tahir has Herman has over 15 years of experience and expertise in the area of information technology, specifically in software testing and quality assurance. And Herman has been involved in technical and joint technical committees responsible for development of ISO standards, mainly ISO IEC IEEE 29119 series in the software quality and software testing locally and internationally. He has conducted testing, evaluation, certification of software application and organizations, especially for TMMI. Herman was previously involved in a government agency project as a senior consultant and lead of test and quality assurance, and now working for a local consultation company as a senior test manager as well as TMMI accredited assessor. With AppFusion, Herman leads team in delivering testing for one of the largest government IT procurement in the country and consulting the largest cooperative bank in setting up their center of excellence and getting the first local bank to be TMMI certified. Herman, it's a pleasure to introduce you today, and the stage is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Varani. So can you see my screen?
Yes,
I'm sharing now.
Yes, you are.
And my voice is okay, right?
Everything is good. Yep, you can get started.
All right. So yeah, thanks again, Harani. Thanks again to TMI America for accepting our abstract submitted a few months ago. So we are here. We are from Malaysia, Southeast Asia country, and then we're going to talk and share our insight of what we have done to customers, a few customers basically, with the AI solution that we have implemented in their premises. Okay. So Reni has just now introduced myself. So just a bit on efficient consulting. We are still young, established back in 2013, but we have quite a number of projects that we have been ventured into or completed or accomplished. We have a CEO which is very hands-on, very proactive, pushing us to do a lot of things. So from starting of our services in QA and testing, so we have now also services in a number of fields as well. AI platform, for example, we have also services in robotic process automation or enterprise automation. And we have also development services that we have implemented in quite a number of customers. So development comes in the form of the new development, mobile and web apps, and also as a software platform in service to the customer. Okay, short introduction of who we are. I'm just going to go through this very quickly so we can actually set the premise on the session you can have in a bit while. So first of all, then we're gonna go through a recap of few of the TMI process areas, especially in the process area of level 2, process area 2.4, test design and execution, the implementation challenges. So this has become like the problem statement for us in actually coming up with this solution, the AI solution, and helping customers to actually becoming more productive in actually doing their testing, and then two, in most of the cases, establish what we call as the test center of excellence, and also getting the TMI certification, Other than that, it's also to help the management to have inside information of what they have been doing in terms of testing. And then a bit introduction on our solution that we have implemented, AI solution, call it AGIS, Advanced Generative Intelligence System. And then also how we map edges in the overall end-to-end testing services and journey. We also going to discuss a bit on a few of the use cases we have implemented in our customers' premises in terms of generating test cases from set of requirements, and also the recent development of new module for us to able to now offer codeless automation services as well. Okay. All right. So to set the discussion, right, to set the premise on our discussion or session today, just a quick revisit to TMI level 2 process areas. So most of the time, other than just doing testing, we also did a lot of consultancy services in terms of TMI process implementation, gap assessment, and also certification. So most of the time, when we try to help our customer, right, getting to level 2, level 5, and so forth, one of the big challenges is for them to actually help them with the productivity in terms of test cases derivation and also execution. So in our case, for TMI level 2 processes, which is test design and execution. So the part on test case derivation and also execution, especially test case derivation, is normally, were took for granted. So they were not being assigned a lot of mandates. People are looking at that as side activities without understanding the importance of having a good quality test cases. So our focus in helping customers begin with these areas, basically the process areas of 2.4, test design and execution. This is where TMI is stressing about test process capability in getting or implementing test design technique, and then from there coming up with the design documentation, the test cases, and so forth. So although this seems like small processes, small part of process of the overall bigger process areas of TMI, but basically this is one of the I think other than test planning, okay, and then also test monitoring, this is one of the bigger obstacles for a company, especially those startups, to get those practices and processes in place. So normally they will start with having a manual processes in place, implementing templates where they record the test cases in a more proper way, coming down from requirement to feature set, right? Then to a more fine-tuned test conditions, and then from the test condition we also derive the test cases based on the task coverage requirement, depending on the test design technique implemented, and then that follows with the test execution, and after that report back to the management. So this process, although seems like a simple flow process, that is maybe in some organization flows naturally, but for few of the smaller startup companies, this could be a big challenge for them. Okay. So the challenges will normally come from first in actually getting into understanding the requirements. So this is one of the thing that I think I also need some governance there. So analyzing the requirement, people may understand requirements differently, right? From tester A to tester B, even from a team that is doing the development, a team doing business analyst to team doing testing. So the same set of requirement could be understood differently by these three teams. That's basically the heart of the whole development project. So if this were understood wrongly, so you can actually imagine how the project will end up later. Okay, and then also on the testing part, deriving test condition and test cases. Okay, by utilizing or implementing a formal test design technique as per the requirement of TMI. Is although seems like the basic thing that the tester should be doing, but in some cases where we have testers which is not from the technical background, testers who actually testers from coming from, for example, the banking and financial services institution, they may have knowledge about the product, they may have knowledge about the system that they are testing, but in terms of the technical testing knowledge and skill, they may be lacking that still. So this is where we see the challenges. This is being quite, uh, although it is quite apparent, but in some cases it is still considered as trivial. Okay, but if the end up or the end product, the test cases that we derive from this is not something that is able to cover, able to actually manage all the requirements, and we may end up with a lot of problems as well later. Okay, and then the third one is to maintain traceability between the requirements. So this is another, if it is being done manually in most of the cases when we go to customers doing TMI gap assessment, this is still done manually. Only few of our customers have or has the ability to invest in tools, test management tools, or application lifecycle management tool in maintaining this. If this is done manual, then you can see that this actually a burden to the tester themselves, and then in some cases they will just ignore. They won't do the requirement testability at all. Okay, and last but not least, also challenges that we saw during our TMI assessment and all is that for them to actually produce the report back to the management, producing the test metrics. Although this is being made aware to them that they have to in timely basis, daily, could be weekly, report back to the management on the progress, for example, the quality level of the software under test. But this could still be a challenge to them because they need to also still execute a lot of test cases, right? So this becoming like the first motivation or the first set of problem statement that we put forward. Even the customers acknowledging this, say that we need to have some solution that they can use and implement in their premise to help the testing team deliver better testing at the end. Okay, so we have developed this. We call this as the Advanced Generative Intelligence System. This particular, we call it AGIS, particular solution was basically implemented first in our customers, which is coming from the bank and financial services institution. But the first version of the solution were only about taking requirements. If you see from the left, right? So the requirements coming in form of structured or not structured data, and then our AI agent will then collect all these requirement from the document, process, and then from there they will have to build a knowledge base. Right. So other than that, we have also built the capability to actually talk to test management tools. The customer is already with test management tool or in plan to have test management tools to be deployed in their testing environment or testing what do you call it, end-to-end solution. Then this can be also utilized. The agent can actually retrieve the data, extract the data from all these test management tools, application lifecycle management tools, and then from there develop the knowledge base. So the knowledge base is basically what we can imagine as the brain of the whole AGIS system. So the first important module of the whole AGIS system is actually the what I call as the knowledge base. So here, with the help of the AI agent, the knowledge repository could be dynamic, centralized, and then it's taking, because we are building something on the enterprise level. So we are not looking at a generic test case. We're not looking at those what do you call it, public domain sources, but we are building this for a particular customer, right? So the knowledge base basically will have a set of already base set of training that we train the AI agent on. We build a system program that is having a bare minimum knowledge in the IS2QB test design technique. In our case, the unique case, we also build the program that has knowledge on actually a bank, financial institution, policy, and also but not from the particular industry. And then when this is mature enough, you can see that the on the right side, the multi-agent on the data insight, the data insight will be able to help the user of the edges in churning out the information that is really tailored to the requirement of the organization or the enterprise themselves. So these two insight and also chatbot is another module. Also utilizing AI agent there will help to churn out information. Data insight will help the tester to churn out information for the management to monitor the progress, to assess the quality level of the system of the test, and so forth. So this information will come from what is being fed to the knowledge base, in particularly coming from the data that we extract from the test management system, that giving the insight of a relevant insight of the particular project. So this edges is built with a set of a similar setup of test management tool where we have workspace setup. Then we can have a dedicated workspace for project team. Then the data insight will be like a very specific on the project, but at the same time, because we have also all this knowledge base coming from the source of the requirements that been fed before this, the information is also being enriched with that information that may be coming from requirement from system that may interact with the system that we are testing at the moment. Okay, so and then the chatbot is a very intuitive what do you call it features where users can just ask edges to retrieve certain information, maybe ask edges to streamline further information that they're being asked, and then it is like a natural language processing that you can actually use our day-to-day use of language to ask back the edge system. So those the modules and the features of edges that we have built. So we are now positioning edges as not just supporting tools for testing, but we are also elevating further edges to also help the whole project team in the whole STLC phases even. Okay. Again, this is based on a specific enterprise. So we build edges with base foundation, base of foundation information already, testing knowledge, for example, the STLC knowledge. On top of that, but on top of that, the additional information from the data extracted from test management tool, the requirements that be fed to edges would then complement edges further and making edges more mature in giving you a more insightful data or information. Okay, so that edges on high level. Now edges not just again I mentioned before, not just focusing on testing, but this is on what we have currently for testing journey or testing end-to-end journey. Started with the test preparation phase. We have edges there in terms of the knowledge base center that we have developed along the way. So now edges can help the tester in getting more information, relevant information, helping them. Even they can help other users. They can help the edges can help the business analyst, developer. Developer can literally using the chatbot to ask edges on information related to the project. And then on the test suite side, this is where we develop edges. The first edges was developed on actually to generate the test cases. Now it is being optimized, and we have also put prioritization on top of the test case to be generated. This is to help tester to actually prioritize the testing execution. The prioritization will be based on the requirement that is fed to the edges. So your requirement, if the requirement is a complete, very detailed, having all those prioritized criteria being mentioned, then edges can help you with the prioritization later in the test case generation. Okay, and then this suite being exported back to the tools, test management tools, and test management tools will then manage the test case, and test cycle, and test execution and whatnot. Okay, new now to Aegis, we have the codeless or no code AI automation under the module of automation test lab. So this is what we have currently available recently. This is to help converting the manual test script to the no-code AI automation. This is based on eye vision technology that will help the agent will memorize all the element in the field in the screen, and then from there they will memorize all the step to do testing without having to do a play and record. Okay, so that's automation. But other than that, we can also still integrate with other test automation. Okay, and utilizing GitHub and then whatnot in managing that part as well. As test execution, we need the assistant from Jenkins to actually deploy test automation script. Okay, and then Jenkins will help to trigger to execute the test execution. If you're using LLM, for example, then you can have the interface on LLM to actually trigger Jenkins even to execute the test automation. The test automation module of Aegis will then perform the test automation and provide back the information for reporting to Zephyr or Jira. Okay. In terms of test automation, this is also fairly important. We need to extract the detail, the insight. So this is coming from the data insight that I mentioned earlier. So we have this under the features and module of Aegis Insight. So again, as per the diagram that we saw just now, Aegis will extract all this information coming from the test management tool, and then massage this into insight, and then also based on what been fed to Aegis and insight in terms of the dashboard, will then generate the dashboard. Okay. Right. So this is on high level on Aegis testing capability and journey, and then also complementing the manual tasks that need to be done by the test engineer as well. Okay. All right. So that is on Aegis of end-to-end testing. Use case. So we have before this the Aegis version 1.0. We implemented Aegis limited module. At the time is still the purpose was still on getting the test cases being generated. Okay, so we have feedback coming from the client. We managed to help them with the comprehensive 100% test coverage in terms of the FSD being uploaded. So in this case, they have FSD, the functional specification document uploaded into Aegis. And then from there, the agent developed the knowledge base, and then the knowledge base is used as the basis for the agent to also extract and retrieve test cases. Okay, so the productivity is also increased. They mentioned that they can actually do derivation of test cases or development of test cases in 50% less time than they used to in manual way. Also on top of that, they have from the edges as well, complete requirement testability metrics, the RTM here, being also provided to them, and at the same time, even though we have the requirement already being implemented and upload to the FSD, the Aegis agent still help with the information on what can be further improved on the requirement as well. So that is what we have implemented before this on customer with Aegis 1.0. All right. And then the recent features that we have with Aegis now is the introduction of what I mentioned just now, the automation lab or test automation lab. Okay, we utilizing the computer or eye vision technology. So this is a codeless automation script that can be generated with all the test suite, manual test suite being uploaded to Aegis. So Aegis is capable to actually identify through the computer vision technology all the relevant, all the executable actions on the identified screen elements, and then from there generate a set of test cases that can all not only manage the testing on web-based system, but also on mobile apps as well. So this capability we have developed, and then customers are looking at implementing this as well. So this cases is basically what we have also presented to the customer for a near future implementation. So other than that, the feature is helping the customer from the automation test lab report to load back to the test management tools. So everything is centralized there. We can have all the dashboard also being managed from the test management tools. Okay. Do I have still time, Melanie?
Actually, we are almost at time, maybe like another minute, and then we can wrap
All right,
up.
all right. So just we'll go quickly through this. So this is what we are seeing in the future. In the near future, we are developing now additional features on edges. This is what we've stated in our pipeline, in our what do you call it, roadmap for edges. Because from edges knowledge base, we can use it and expand it to all of the other activities in SDLC. So requirement, you can use this to enhance your requirement. BA can refer to this to edges to help them with the requirement gathering processes, right? Even giving them information from the past project requirements, and so forth. So because if you are developing an enterprise level system, is specific for organization, you would want to share what we have developed before this to further enhance your requirement in the future project. So you have that in Aegis. You just need to fine tune to actually manage the chatbot and how to ask the right question. Development side, on integration with all the information and requirements being uploaded to Aegis, the different system requirements, and you can actually Aegis can actually identify the agent in agent in Aegis can actually identify the interlink between all the different integration required between system even. Okay, and other than that, alignment with the financial framework of the regional level. So Aegis will develop basically to help the bank and also financial institutions. So this benefit those industry the most at the moment. All right, testing. We talk about testing. Also for maintenance phase after deployment, manage the change. Then we can still go back to Aegis to look at what that is module or features that is prone to or have high risk of having issues in the near future. So with the information that we have uploaded to Aegis, the test data, then you can see and have insight of this as well. And also with the chatbot capability, we can also go back to Aegis and refer back to Aegis for continuous improvement. Right. So this the other use cases that can be implemented across SDLC as well. So right, I'll open the floor to question later. But still, if you have further question after this session, then you can still email me at herman.mdtahr@effusion.com. Feel free to drop us email so to know further about these edges. Okay, any question from the floor, Arani?
Thank you, Herman. That was an amazing session. Thank you for sharing all your valuable insights here. So we have one question. In the interest of time, I think
Okay,
we'll just go with that. And if anyone
all
has
right.
any other additional questions, you can always reach out to Herman.
Yes, please reach out to me. Right.
So the question that we have here is, can we, and it's from Alka, and she asks, can we integrate AGIS with other test management and CI/CD tools?
Okay, so I think we've discussed this a bit earlier on. So this is looking at how we can actually manage the other tools within the organization to integrate them with Aegis. We have done this. We have implemented this to a customer, but at the moment of time, we are looking and focuses. We are focusing on Jira, Sapphire, Confluence, and also ALM Octane. So we have those tools successfully integrate with Aegis, and then we managed to pull the data from there, and then from the data that we pull from there, we managed to provide more insight through Aegis. Other than that, we have also tested integration with OpenText GFT1 that is working, and then we have also implemented that with our customer for the test execution or test automation tools. For Jenkins, as you can see from here, we need Jenkins to help us with the test automation triggering. So CI/CD wise, we have all these. Jenkins also be implemented in Aegis for Aegis to work together with the test management tools in triggering the test execution from the test automation modules in Aegis, for example, and then providing back all the information from the result back to the test management tools.
Cool. Okay. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Herman. Yeah, it was an amazing session. And thank you, everyone, for being a part of this.
Thanks.
Looking forward.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you. Looking forward to the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.